Hello everyone, this is Bryant with Amusement Source.media, and we have made our way back to SeaWorld San Antonio here in San Antonio, Texas. It is one of my favorite times of the year. It is the Seven Seas Food Festival. So you've got 10 booths that are represented by different countries around the park. They've got all kinds of food offerings. They are, in the past, they've been delicious. I expect nothing less. So today we're going to do a full tour of Seven Seas Food Festival, try out some of the food offerings, and enjoy the park. It's a little gloomy, but it's the weather, it's keeping the weather nice, you know what I mean? And it's definitely not a dead day out here. So we'll kind of see how this goes. And we'll also give you a rundown of how you can purchase the food, the lanyards that they have available, all that stuff. So let's head into the park. So this year, before you even go in to scan your pass, you run into a big Seven Seas Food Festival display that will give you an idea of what is going on. It goes on until May 27th. You can see the sampler packages there, which is definitely the best deal. Now, if you are a pass holder, for $85, you do get 18 samples instead of the 15. You can see that down there at the bottom. So, pretty good deal. And you can pick up these passports at any of the food booths. It's not just one specific place, so very flexible on that end. So now that we're in the kind of ticketed entrance into SeaWorld San Antonio, there is a welcome booth up here, but you can see quite the line. Now if you go to the left, you'll run into Brazil and you'll kind of head that way. We did that last year, so I think if we go to the right, we'll run into Gulf of Mexico first, and maybe that's where we'll pick up our passport that we bought online. So we were gonna start over at the Mexico booth, but holy smokes, it was insane over there, just like it's insane over here. So France is right here, but I think we might skip that too and head a little deeper into the park to try and get away from some of this. All right, we're heading our way over to Orca Stadium. We're gonna start at Germany. It's a lot less crazy over here. You can see the big signage here telling you that we're at Germany, and they do have some location stuff so you can see kind of what's next on this adventure. We're gonna get the stuff at the front later because holy smokes. Here's a quick look at that Germany menu. New for this year is the pork schnitzel slider for $8.99. You also can have some returning favorites like the beer braised bratwurst, the braised beef with cabbage and spatzel. They've also got the pretzel bread pudding, which is brand new, with apples and brandied sea salt caramel. That sounds good. They also have new blueberry cake ice cream, and if you're into the adult beverages, down there at the bottom, you got some brand new cocktails, the German Spiced Mule and the Berlin Buzz, which I guess has coffee in it, so 2 for 1 there. All right, folks, from the Germany booth, we went with the pork schnitzel slider that you can see there on the bottom left. That's arugula, tomatoes, and fresh lemon aioli served on a pretzel roll. And we also got the braised beef with cabbage and spatzel, which is a returning thing. We just really like it. But you can see they definitely skimped us a little bit on the beef. I think there's like 1 piece of beef on that thing. And then we got the pretzel bread pudding with apples and brandied sea salt caramel there on the right. And normally we would do dessert a little bit different, but because of how crazy it is, we're just gonna mix it all together. All right, folks, first up, we're gonna try that slider. The lemon aioli cuts right through everything. There's not much to the chicken, if I had to be honest with you. It's fresh, but from a flavor profile standpoint, it's kind of all about the lemon. It's on a pretzel bun. Pretzel bun's fine. Nothing too crazy. No complaints. It doesn't taste bad or anything. All right, next up, we're gonna try the braised beef spatzel. A returning offering. Still has really good flavor. The only thing I can say is just there's a lack of beef, but noodles are cooked well. The sauce is very flavorful. So another good option. All right, we're gonna try this pretzel bread pudding. Look at that. That's crazy. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, a lot of salt on that, but it's really good. It's very fluffy. It's kind of like a pretzel. It's kind of not like a pretzel. It's definitely a cross between that and kind of your traditional bread pudding. Lots of flavor though. Very fresh, very delicious. Highly recommend that one. I think we're gonna do some star ratings. So the sandwich, let's not do star ratings. Let's do like a what out of 10. The sandwich, I'm probably gonna give that like a 6 out of 10. The braised beef, I'm gonna give that an 8 out of 10. It would probably be higher if the proportions were a little bit better on the serving. And as far as that dessert, I'm gonna give that thing a 10 out of 10. That is delicious. Dessert is always like really kicking it at these events though. Next up here for the Seven Seas Food Festival is the Grease booth. And I do want to point out each booth kind of has its own little like photo op or like little themed setting that it's got going on. And the Grease booth is just right here to the right of that. And to give you a little bit more of a storytelling, this is where the Orca Stadium is. So right in front of that. And this is also a location where the Groove Chefs play. We'll see how the entertainment goes. It's a wild day. We'll see if we can make time to get that stuff in. So here at the Grease booth, we've got a couple new offerings. We've got the chicken shawarma with skoog sauce. You can see seasoned chicken, naan bread topped with tomatoes, cucumber, spicy cilantro sauce. You've got a couple returning items with the beef and lamb gyro with tzatziki sauce, the mini lamb burger, and the riso gallo, which is that Greek rice pudding. Very light. If you watch 2022, I think, is when we tried that. But we are going to try the griddled Greek cheese with pistachios and honey. This is kind of their new thing. They've also got the lokomods, the baklava, the frozen Greek yogurt. They do have a brand new cocktail, the Sunrise over Athens, and some wine, Prosecco Rosé. You've also got the Goddess Athena. Feel free to pause to look at this. So from the Grease booth, we got the griddled Greek cheese with pistachios and honey. Definitely interesting. You don't get a lot of cheese, but you get a lot of the kind of garnish on the plate. Let's give this a try. All right, folks, let's try this griddled cheese here from the Germany booth. Here's the thing. It's really good, but it's interesting flavors kind of mixed together. So you got to be ready for that. It's nothing crazy. It's not spicy. It's not like tart or anything. It's just cheese, and then you've got the honey. I actually really like this. The Germany booth, or I should say the Grease booth, not always a big hit for me, but this is good. I do wish maybe there was a little bit more, but that's okay. They're gonna keep us coming back. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. As simple as it is, it's different, and I really like that. So really good option. So right down the way there is the Grease booth. If you come up this little side pathway here, you quickly run into the Italy booth right here. And lots of kind of little seating areas. They've moved the kettle corn booth over here. This is kind of the photo op for Italy. It's like you're crushing grapes. So if you're coming from the other way, you just walk right past Title Surge to get here. Here's a look at that Italy menu real quick. You've got the brand new provolone stuffed meatball slider, gourmet meatball stuffed with provolone cheese, then simmered in a traditional red gravy, served on a brioche roll topped with shaved Parmesan cheese. The other new thing is the arancini with tomato and basil for $7.99. Breaded risotto ball, fried and served with tomato, basil, Parmesan cheese. That sounds delicious. You've got the meaty Italian flatbread coming back, and then a brand new garlic basil chicken with feta and mozzarella. You've got the brand new cannoli ice cream and the returning tiramisu ice cream, which we've had before, and it was very good. And from the Italy booth, we have grabbed the provolone stuffed meatball slider. You can see there, right there on a brioche roll, all tucked in, all nice. Got a little bit of sauce with it. And then we also picked up the arancini with tomato and basil, which are those breaded risotto balls. And you get a lot of sauce with those. Those look really good. All right, let's give that arancini a try. Let me see if it'll show up for you. A little bit of a cross section of that. I don't know if that showed up. My hands are full. The sauce has a really nice flavor. The food itself is fresh. I'm not sure if I taste a whole lot in the actual arancini itself. I feel like the sauce overpowers it a little bit. It doesn't taste bad though. Here, let me give it another try. Maybe we need to. Breading's nice and fluffy. It's really not bad. I think it's just missing something. I got the cheese a little bit better that time. I do like it, but I think maybe it's missing something, like maybe some garlic or something like that. But I will give this an 8 out of 10. All right, next up we're gonna try that meatball slider. It's our first messy one. So that's what you have to keep in mind. I cut this in half and it's still very messy, kind of getting all over me. The meatball's fine. You can tell that it's not out of a package, which is great. I think that's just the same sauce that they used on the arancini, which isn't a bad thing. The sauce is good. I like the meatball. The bread, I would say, is normal. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing out of the ordinary about it either. So we'll give this a 7 out of 10. Let's be a little bit more critical, because most of this food is delicious. We'll give this a 7 out of 10. And as we head past Texas Stingray, you go through this fun tunnel, and it looks like we've got some stilt walkers over here that are dressed like chefs. There they are. It's like up here it's like a stilt Guy Fieri. This guy is going to Flavor Town. Look at him. Oh my gosh. And as you head over towards Great White, you run into the Jamaica booth, which is right here in front of us. A returning booth. We don't actually have any new booths this year, so I'll show you the menu here real quick. So here at Jamaica, you've got the returning barbecue jerk pork and white cheddar macaroni, but then you've got the brand new jerk chicken and coconut rice roll, which sounds really interesting. Spicy jerk chicken, coconut milk, and long grain rice rolled on a pastry and fried, topped with jerk sauce barbecue. There's also the Caribbean chicken street patty, which is new. Curried chicken wrapped in a traditional flaky crust drizzled with sweet and spicy sauce. You've also got the returning spicy beef street patty, the brand new rum cake, and some brand new cocktails there, and a tropical lemonade, which is also brand new but non-alcoholic. And of course, like many of the other booths, you've got a very fun Jamaica photo op here. Here at the Jamaica booth, we went with something new, which is the jerk chicken and coconut rice roll. And you can see it's a lot like an egg roll. You've got your jerk chicken and your rice in there, topped with a nice sauce, and of course it was fried. Let's give it a try. All right, y'all, I'm trying to get a piece of this, and I can already tell you it's fairly messy. They did make this fresh though. Jerk chicken has a little bit of spice. It's not a ton. It's kind of more of like a little bit of a bitter spice, and it might actually be the sauce on top. Let me give this another try, see if we can get some more flavors. I think the sauce and the chicken overpower whatever is going on with the rice and the coconut. It's very fresh and fried really nicely. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Not a bad offering, but the messiness is kind of a big factor for me, because this isn't really something that's easy to pick up and eat, but it's fresh and it's not bad. So right across from the exit of the Wave Breaker Rescue Coaster, you run into the Korea booth, which is tucked kind of right in this little corner, right by the all-new Catapult Falls. A little bit hectic in this little spot right here. Let me see if I can get y'all a menu. Here we go. All right. So you got the beef bulgogi and the chicken bulgogi bowls coming back. Of course, the jackfruit bulgogi bowl. You've got the galbi, which is the beef short ribs. And then you've got the all-new kimchi dog, which is kimchi slaw, aged pepper, aioli, and gochujang barbecue sauce. And then the all-new taro ice cream. Returning is the sweet corn ice cream. And then you've got some new cocktails with the Roku Momiji and the Double Dragon Punch, and a non-alcoholic drink, the Seoul Sunset. And here at the Korea booth, we went with a brand new, oh no! we went with the kimchi dog as it just self-destructed itself, but nonetheless, I am sure it'll still be delicious. Let's give it a try. All right, y'all, we put our kimchi dog back together best we could. Another really messy one. So, if you're not a fan of kimchi, you're not gonna like this. Kimchi, of course, is fermented cabbage. There's a little bit of spice going on there, more than even at the Jamaica booth. And I feel like I'm kind of looking for something that is another like fresh cut into the spice that's not there. It's just very busy, but it's not bad, if that makes sense. I think if I was gonna come to Korea again, I would probably get one of the bulgogi bowls or something like that. The ribs are usually pretty good, but this new food offering, not for me. I'm probably gonna give this a 6 out of 10, I would say. But, you know, it's freshly cooked. That's the one thing it does have going for it. And if this is your kind of flavor profile, maybe you would be more interested. But it's just small things. Like the flavor profiles are a little unbalanced. The bun is a little bit burnt. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. We have made our way over to where the penguin exhibit is, because this is where the Japan part of Seven Seas Food Festival takes place. You can see here on this little stage here is where they do the living garden, which is like a show type of setup. They do have some drums out here as well. And then you swing across the pathway, and that is where your main Japan booth is. And here at Japan, you can get the chicken gyoza, which is returning. They also have the all-new pork gyoza, which looks to be mostly the same. And then you've got the all-new sesame tuna with miso barbecue, yellowfin tuna, sesame soy, lemon, lime, ginger, spring onion, and fresh greens. The matcha tea ice cream came back. And for cocktails, you have the all-new Toki Highball. And then they have another non-alcoholic offering down there, the Fuji Blossom Fizz, which is green apple syrup and margarita mix. So you can hear the Living Garden show in the background a little bit maybe, but here's a look at that sesame tuna with miso barbecue. And that's the yellow fin tuna, sesame soy, lemon, lime, ginger, spring onion, fresh greens. And then from the Japan booth, we also got the pork gyoza, which is those fried pork dumplings, cabbage slaw, and it comes with that sweet and spicy sauce. All right, so we ate the tuna and we ate the those pork guys. You know what I'm talking about, the dumplings. And I'm not eating them in front of you because that show is going on. It was just kind of crazy over here. But the pork dumplings, they were okay. You could definitely tell they were not made here. And it's a theme park, right? So not everything's going to be made here. But they were fresh. I would give them probably a 7 out of 10. The tuna was a lot like the tuna they've had previous years here at the Japan booth. A little bit of a different mix of, you know, spices and toppings, but it was pretty good. You really gotta like tuna, I think, and just seafood in general to enjoy that, because it is very fishy. But I like that kind of stuff, so for me, it was an 8 out of 10. All right, folks, our next stop, we're almost at the end of our loop. We just have Hawaii and Brazil, but we've come up on Hawaii, so you have the brand new Aldabra tortoise exhibit over there, and right across the pathway is where Hawaii is. And there's a couple new offerings here. Let me see if I can get to a menu. It's very congested over here. We have made our way over here, man. This is a crazy traffic jam over here, but you've got the returning hula dog, which was pretty good last year. The Kahlua pork slider with pineapple chutney and Kewpie spicy mayo for $8.99, brand new this year. The Hawaiian macaroni salad also makes its return. Does have Spam with it. You can get the poke bowls, which are making their return as well. Tuna, spicy tuna, salmon, spicy salmon, teriyaki Spam, and spicy tofu. You've got the pineapple tres leches cake for $5.99, which is sponge cake soaked in 3 milks, which If you're from San Antonio, you're all about that, so excited about that. They've got the ice cream, they've got the cocktails, Aloha Beaches and Mai Tais are new, and a non-alcoholic canoe drink called the Tropical Tiki, which is Hawaiian island syrup, lime juice, lemon juice, and margarita mix. And from the Hawaii booth, we got all kinds of goodies. Here is a look at the Kahlua pork slider with pineapple chutney and Kewpie spicy mayo. And the first thing we're going to try from the Hawaii booth is the Kahlua pork slider. I don't think you can ever go wrong with a Hawaiian roll, number one. They're super good. The pork is nice and tender. There's I feel like there's supposed to be like some pineapple on there that I'm not getting, but I can taste the other toppings on there. It's not bad. I'd give that an 8 out of 10. Also at the Hawaii booth, we got the hula dog, which is the Hawaiian street roll, smoked sausage, sweet cabbage slaw, red chili aioli, and furikake seasoning. All right, next up is a returning item at the Hawaii booth, the hula dog. I would say that definitely holds up from last year. Get a nice crunch in the dog. Just like that slider, you can't go wrong with bread. The way they're doing the bread there, the Hawaiian rolls. The toppings on top, the sauce, the slaw, all that, it's a really nice burst of flavor. It's kind of like a crisp, sweet flavor. And, just like last year, this is really good again. Give this a 9 out of 10. And another one of our returning favorites is the Hawaiian macaroni salad with Spam, which is macaroni, Spam, pineapple, edamame, carrot, green onion, and garlic aioli. All right, next up we're going to try the Hawaiian macaroni salad, which I think was my favorite thing last year. You get a lot of pineapple in there. Very fresh tasting because it's got the fruits and it's got a little veggie stuff going on in it. It's got a nice sauce on top. It is cold, so that keeps it fresh. I would just say it's pretty crisp. This is definitely holds up from last year. I really like this one. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. I think as far as like the savory entree items, this is my favorite from the Hawaii booth. And for sweets from the Hawaii booth, we ended up with the all-new pineapple tres leches cake. Sponge cake soaked in 3 milks, brown sugar, pineapple, and coconut cream. And we saved the sweets for last here at the Hawaii booth with the pineapple tres leches cake. Yeah, that's bomb. I don't know if I would put it with the pretzel bread pudding, but I'm telling you, it's right behind it. And I think if you're a fan of tres leches cake, because it's kind of acquired because it's kind of a more like soaked cake, you're gonna love this thing. And the pineapple is just a nice fresh kick to add to that. So good choice in San Antonio with the Hawaiian twist on top. 9.5 out of 10. After the Hawaii booth, right across from the Sea Star Theater and very close to Sesame Street Bay of Clay, you have Brazil. Here is a look at that Brazil menu. The Bauru, which we tried last year, is back. It's that roast beef sandwich with tomato, dill pickle, and mozzarella cheese. Brand new, you've got the Brazilian roast beef with pão de queijo. Roast beef, sea salt, cilantro, chimichurri served with cheese bread. That sounds pretty good. And you also have the mayonnaise de batata, Brazilian potato salad for $6.99. Potatoes, Kalamata olives, mint, garlic, green onion, lime, cilantro, and egg. That's interesting. The empanadas are back. Spicy beef, chicken, spinach. The frozen blackberry acai is back. You also have wine. A lot of new cocktails this year, as we've seen. Rio de Janeiro punch, caribou Lou cocktail, and a tropical monkey right down there. And here's a look at that Brazilian potato salad from the Brazil booth. It's got potatoes, Kalamata olives, mint, garlic, green onion, lime, cilantro, and egg. All right, folks, we're going to give this Brazilian potato salad a try. So those olives really come through in that. It's not too far off from like a potato salad you would get in America, but there's just a few different hints of things in there, those olives being one of it. It's good. It's nice and fresh. It's cold. We've eaten a lot of hot and heavy stuff today, so the cold is definitely something I appreciate. I like this. I'd give this like a 8.5 out of 10. All right, everyone. We have looped back around to the other side of SeaWorld San Antonio to get the last two food booths, which are France and Mexico. So we ended up looping all the way around to Brazil over there, and then we just had to kind of wrap back around to get to the France booth. And the France booth is just right in front of Journey to Atlantis. Here is a look at that France menu. This is a very crepe heavy booth. So the new crepe for this year is the ham and herb cream cheese, shaved ham, herbs blended with white wine and cream cheese for $7.99. They've also got the returning mushroom, spinach, and Swiss, banana and strawberry hazelnut, which is going to be like a dessert offering. And they also have the lemon curd and cream cheese with cookie crumble, which is the brand new offering as far as the desserts go. And then of course you can get some salted butter caramel ice cream. And from the France booth, we decided to go with the lemon curd and cream cheese with cookie crumble crepe. So a sweeter offering. You can kind of see the stuff going on in there, but let's cut it open and give it a try. All right, y'all, we are going to give this crepe a try. Oh, it got really windy. Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely like a warm, lemony sweetness. The crepe is nicely cooked. The whipped cream on top is nice because it gives you like a little cool feeling. Not really sure the cookie crumbles do anything. I think the lemon kind of overpowers it. Yeah, but the lemon's not bad. I don't think this is on par with like the pretzel bread pudding, but it's pretty good. I would give this an 8 out of 10 for sure. So we have ventured past the France booth. There is a stage over here where they do Baile Folklorico. It's a little later in the day though. I think we missed all of the showings, but you swing around this way and we run into our final booth, which is the Mexico booth. Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of Mexico, whichever one you want it to be, I think. But we've got some new offerings here that we're going to try out. I am starting to get so full, and I'll explain a little bit more how we're accomplishing this much food too. So here at the Mexico booth, you've got the returning fried elote con queso. You have the artisan street tacos, the chicken carnitas with grilled corn salsa, Baja grilled shrimp, shredded braised beef. All new this year is the sweet corn cheesecake with cajeta and vanilla cream. That sounds very interesting. Sopapillas, and then two brand new cocktails, the prickly pear and the hibiscus paloma, and then another non-alcoholic beverage with the watermelon agua fresca, which is watermelon syrup, club soda, and mojito mix. And like I said, our final stop of the day is at the Mexico booth. We ended up with all new chicken carnitas with grilled corn salsa street tacos that you see right there. And then we also got the sweet corn cheesecake. That looks really good. The desserts this year, I feel like so far have definitely been kind of the hot commodity. All right, y'all, we're gonna give this street taco a try. It is very folly a party, so we kind of just forked it. You know, I would say some of the street tacos they have here have some kind of interesting dynamics to them. This one's pretty straightforward, not necessarily in a bad way. It's a good tortilla. The chicken has good flavor, but there's not really any kind of zest or punch to this one, but it's not bad by any means. I think some of the other street tacos I like better, but if you want to play it safe, this is probably a good street taco for you. I would probably give this a 7.5 out of 10. All right, now we're gonna try this sweet corn cheesecake. Oh, it's drippy. Let me get another one of these. It's very similar to normal cheesecake. It's just got a little bit of a different thing going on the inside. It's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as the tres leches or the pretzel bread pudding, but it's a solid item. I would also give this probably a 7.5 out of 10. All right, everyone, that does it for our 2024 look at SeaWorld San Antonio's Seven Seas Food Festival. We had a really fun time. Everything went really smoothly, even though it was so busy in the park. The food booths, for the most part, were not a super overwhelming experience, if that makes sense. We were able to mostly smoothly kind of peruse through those. And I know you're probably wondering, how did I eat so many things? I was actually splitting these offerings with other people. So I was not eating all of the food. I was trying some of it, eating all of some of it, but never, just eating all. If you tried to eat 18 punches worth of food, you would be in for a rough night. So with that being said, if you do purchase the 18 punch card, if you're a pass holder and you want that deal, you might want to plan on coming twice. If you do the 10 punch card, you could probably use that in a day, especially if you do drinks. We don't really do the drinks, so that is one thing to keep in mind. If you do the drinks, it might be a little bit more manageable. I would say my favorite food item that is savory was probably the Hawaiian macaroni salad. I know that's a crazy one, but that's just what hit for me the best. I would say the best thing in terms of dessert was probably the salted pretzel bread pudding. It was delicious, but all of the desserts we had today were really good. So the dessert game out here is really strong. Of course, if y'all have any questions about the Seven Seas Food Festival, let us know in the comments below. This, for me, is one of the can't miss parts of the year here at SeaWorld San Antonio. If you come right now, the weather is not too super crazy, and it's just an enjoyable time all around because it's not so hot that you can't enjoy the food. We thank y'all for watching. Take care. We'll see you soon on our next theme park adventure.